Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Billionaire Mike Novogratz is warning that an XRP crash is coming. And I want to add some sufficient perspective on this because it seemed weird to me that specifically Mike Novogratz is calling out XRP as well as Dogecoin in this article from the Daily Huddle, which I'll be highlighting. But it doesn't paint a sufficient picture of what's actually going on in the world of crypto, and so I wanted to talk about it. I've also got this article from You Today titled Bitcoiner Max Kaiser Explains How Doge Rally Impacts XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, and Polkadot. And indeed, for those of you not in the know, have you been looking at the price action for the world of crypto? Because Dogecoin has been going bonkers. It's gone up hundreds of percentage points just roughly within the last 24 hours or so. And over the last 12 months, it's up somewhere in the neighborhood of about 18,000%. So plenty to talk about in this latest Moon Lambeau hot jam. But before we go further, I do want to be clear that I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just a simple little Moon Lambeau. I'm an enthusiast. Making YouTube videos up on the webernets about XRP and Ripple and crypto, but that is all that it is. All right, so into this first piece from the Daily Huddle titled, Mike Novogratz issues XRP and Dogecoin warning, says staggering amount of wealth coming to crypto. And so I actually do generally like what Mike Novogratz has to say. I like following him, not that I agree with him on everything, but I don't need to agree with people on everything to like and respect them. I think in a general sense, the way he's looking at crypto is correct. I'm not so sure about the way he's looking at XRP specifically, but that's a big part of the reason I wanted to talk about this. But yeah, this guy, very well known in the world of crypto, very very clear to see. So anyway, Mike Novogratz, chief executive of crypto management firm Galaxy Digital, is warning XRP, Dogecoin, and other crypto investors of a potential, quote, frenzy, end quote, in the market. Well, yeah, let me tell you. I don't know if warning is the right word. I mean, I guess you could say warning, but this is what I've been looking forward to, is this euphoria stage, which we're not even at yet in terms of the market cycle. I don't think we're there yet. Things are heating up in the crypto market, sure, but I'm counting on humans to do what they did several years ago when you saw XRP go from about half a penny to almost $4. You saw Bitcoin go from about $1,000 to almost $20,000. Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of that, obviously. You got a market cap over $2 trillion right now. Of course, yeah, not denying that. But the big blow off top is yet to be seen. And so for the people that are unaware of how market cycles work, yeah, there's a lot of people that will be buying at the top. They're going to get burnt, and it's not going to be so fun for them. But that's why, look, if you're going to invest in crypto, which is the most risky and volatile asset class on the planet, look, personal responsibility is a thing, and you need to make sure that you know what the hell you're doing. Arm yourself with as much knowledge as possible. Anyway, the piece continues. Coinbase going public on Wednesday has caused a lot of volatility in the market overall, Novogratz tells MarketWatch. And here's a quote. I've seen a lot of weird coins, like Dogecoin and even XRP, have huge retail spikes, which means there's a lot of frenzy right now. That never ends well, and so we'll probably have a washout at one point, end quote. You speak for yourself, Mike Novogratz. I think it ends well for plenty of people that see it for what it is. A bubble that's inflating that will ultimately pop and then probably deflate down, 70, 80, 90+% perhaps, like happened last market cycle? Well, for people that know what the hell they're doing, because we're all just betting against each other. It comes down to personal responsibility, and I could be wrong. People that think that XRP is going to go higher than whenever, actually, it might not be that, because look, like whenever I sell XRP, like you can frame it as though I don't think XRP is going to be higher, that's why I'm selling, but that's not always what the seller thinks. It's more like I need to adjust my risk exposure. Like for me, that's going to be a huge part of what's going on. And so when I do that though, it is a possibility, depending on how high the price goes and where we're at in the market cycle, I could make at least one large XRP sale and think, yeah, we're probably close to the top with this bubble cycle. And I could be betting against somebody who thinks, oh, this is going to go much higher. And so we're both making our bets. We're both adults, and we get to make those decisions, and then we'll just have to see where everything falls. But being aware of this is what is the crucial part. And so when he's talking about the frenzy here, so he calls Dogecoin and XRP weird. Well, you know what I think is weird is that he's specifically calling out those cryptocurrencies. There are 8,000 and the market moves in tandem. He has to know that, right? He has to know that. He's a smart guy. He's running a crypto hedge fund, which is raking in the dough, wildly successful. They have to understand basic market cycles and how the market, the entire asset class just moves together, right? Wouldn't you think? Anyway, piece continues though. Novogratz still believes, however, that in the long run, the overall sector will see massive gains, says the Galaxy Digital CEO to CNBC, and I quote, "I think right now, total crypto wealth is roughly $2 trillion, so that's 0.5% of all wealth. If you don't think in the next 2 or 3 years that can be 2 to 3%, you're not paying attention to the trends. The amount of growth that we're going to see in our space is staggering. We're just getting started, and what's important is institutions now realize this is an asset class. It wasn't an asset class 8 months ago. I was hoping it would be. I was praying it would be. I was trying to convince people it would be, but now it's an asset class, and every single participant we talk to is getting involved." Well, let me parse his words a little bit, if I may. It was an asset class 8 months ago. Hopefully what he actually meant is it wasn't perceived as an asset class, because that would make sense to me by a lot of institutions, although some still were at that point jumping in and acknowledging it is. But yeah, this will go much higher. But that's why when you look at the market cap, and here's the exciting thing about it, $2 trillion. So he says that's 0.5% of all wealth. Okay, well, that doesn't mean, look, think about how much money has to flow in to get that, though, because nowhere near $2 trillion actually flowed in. Understand that. Oh, nowhere near that, because people bid up the price. It'll be a fraction of that, frankly. And so if you're talking about, 2 or 3% of actual wealth flowing in, I mean, what are you going to have? Like an asset class in the tens of trillions, if not much higher than that, at some point. And so, to me, it seems inevitable you'll see those price points at some time in the future. I don't know that you're going to necessarily see it this market cycle. Maybe you'll see a $10 trillion asset classes market cycle. I'm not going to predict it. I don't know. I'm admitting that. I don't know. But at some point, it will come, whether it's this market cycle or at another one at some point in the future. It's all to come in here. And then there's this piece. Bitcoiner Max Kaiser explains how Doge Rally impacts XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, and Polkadot. Oh yes, Max Kaiser, let me know. Now this guy, he's an interesting fellow. If you've ever seen him publicly speak, he's a character. And he's a Bitcoin maximalist. So keep that in mind as we're going through this. Vocal Bitcoiner Max Kaiser, who believes Ethereum to be a centralized scam and is highly critical of altcoins as well, has taken to Twitter to comment on today's Doge Rally. Elon Musk's beloved Dogecoin, even though he is a Bitcoiner as well, hit a new all-time high of 29.8 cents on Binance earlier today, reaching the 8th position on market cap at $35.2 billion. Now, I don't know what it is right as I record this. I didn't check, but it got up to, the highest number I recall is $54 billion in market cap, and I think it was higher than that, though. And then, what did it get up to? It might have gotten up to like 45 cents or something like that. Just whatever was way higher than what they're citing in this article, which is written a little bit earlier in the day. But anyway, Doge, it got up to, oh, by the way, number 5 in market cap. What in the ever-loving hell? Oh my gosh. Dogecoin number 5 in market cap out of 8,000 coins, a cryptocurrency which was created quite literally as a joke. A joke. Dog e-coin. I mean, it's funny. Like I have a sense of humor. Like, but what the hell? Anyway, Doge has soared more than 100% in the last 24 hours after Elon Musk's latest tweet about the coin. Kaiser believes that the Doge Rally destroys fantasies about major altcoins XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and then some others they name, regarding any actual competitive advantage they may have over Bitcoin. The only reason for their existence, according to Kaiser, is to steal your Bitcoin. Here's the quote. This is from Max Kaiser, and I gotta rip this to shreds. What's great about the Doge run up is that it puts the lie to the XRP, Cardano, ETH, Bitcoin Cash, BSV, BNP, dot fantasies that any of them have any real competitive advantage over Bitcoin. The only real reason any of these altcoins exist is to steal your Bitcoin. Does anybody out there listening to this buy into that complete crap that he said right there? Like that is nonsense. Now, look, not that all these coins are going to have long-term viability. I'm not making that argument either. But competitive advantage, I don't know, compare XRP to Bitcoin. What about speed? Is that a competitive advantage? What about low energy consumption for transactions? Is that a competitive advantage? What about, just transaction fees? Is that a competitive advantage? What about real world adoption for use cases other than speculating in store of value? Is that a competitive advantage? And so he wants to, he's painting a picture of what he wants the world to be rather than what it objectively is. And that's the reason I have a problem with Bitcoin Mag. Well, one of the many reasons. Nothing against him personally, of course. But XRP is functionally being used in a way that Bitcoin could not efficiently be used because it's too slow and costly and it consumes too much energy. It just couldn't be. And so that represents value. And so to pretend like, Dogecoin going up means that there's no actual problem being solved with other cryptocurrencies is an unsophisticated and dishonest way of looking at the world. It's just garbage. What you're really seeing here is that the reason the market is doing this, it has really just about nothing to do with fundamentals, and he also doesn't want to acknowledge that. The market moves in tandem, and retail speculators are not sufficiently parsing out the differences between these cryptocurrencies. If they were, they wouldn't all be moving up in tandem. Like, that's pretty damn clear. Now, people like me and maybe you, we care about the fundamentals, but retail speculators at large don't. And so to me, this is just an unsophisticated, incorrect, disingenuous approach to analyzing the market. And I wanted to correct it, at least the way I see it. You can agree or disagree. But to anyone that's not a maximalist, I have a feeling you're more likely to agree with my point of view, or something similar to that, at least. But you let me know what you think in the comments section below. I will wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.